Yo, what's up YouTube, it's Holistic Jordan and I'm back again with another mindset video. Today I'm going to be talking about consistency. So be sure to tap in, like, sub to the channel and let's get it. So what actually is consistency? I'm going to write this down. Where's my other pen?
A few moments later.
Consistency is about showing up. When I think about consistency, I think about daily intention. When I think about consistency, it's about showing up, making it a daily intention, and like no matter how you feel, you still do it. Even when you don't feel like it. Consistency is the hardest skill. It's the hardest thing to keep going, to keep doing. Let's say we're exercising now. Exercise. You might not feel like you want to exercise, but the disciplined person is still going to go to the gym and is still going to work out. Okay? I might be excited to go and work out. I'm still going to go and work out to the gym. It's like when you consistently show up, you're telling yourself that my identity is solid. I'm clear in who I am and the direction I'm going in. Being consistent gives you clarity. Even when you don't feel like doing something, you're gonna do it anyway. And that's how you build. That's how, when you think about a staircase, I need to take a step every single day to get up the stairs. You know, like let's say one day I'm here. That's me. And I don't want to climb anymore. I'm not going to get to where I need to go. So consistency by showing up, it strengthens that habit, that you know that self-control. That self-discipline. You are acting in accordance with the best version of you by being consistent. When I think about consistency, I think about compounding results over time. Okay? When I think about consistency, I think about building good habits. Good habits. But just know that you can be consistent in bad habits. You can be consistently doing something which is not the best for you. Let's break it down. Let's actually write down some good habits and some bad habits to just see the difference between the two. So if I'm consistently, because that's what habits are. Habits are things you do day in and day out. They can either be good habits or bad habits. Let's say some bad habits. Let's say what I'm consistently doing, I'm consistently eating junk food. Let's say I'm smoking. Let's say I'm not exercising. And let's say I'm procrastinating. I'm not doing anything. I'm not working on myself. You know, I'm living a life without purpose. On the flip side now, when you start to consistently work on yourself and you start to switch out some of those bad habits for good habits, instead of eating junk food all the time, I'm going to start eating healthier. Having healthier food. Instead of smoking, let's say, I'm going to be reading books. I'm going to be building up my wisdom bank by reading, learning from other successful people. If I'm not exercising, now I'm going to start exercising more. I'm going to start feeling better. Your body's going to produce endorphins. Why I think consistency is the hardest thing to maintain, because as humans, we want results. We want to see our results. But consistency and results, they're not linear. Okay, if I can draw that on a graph. Okay, let's say this is time and this is results. I'll be putting in a lot of time. Let's say putting in a lot of time, I'm not really getting results. And only after a given amount of time, maybe this is 6 months, This is 6 months down the line, I start to see my results. A lot of the time, we give up before we get to the point where we have that steady increase on the graph. That's when we give up, because we don't have the results to self-motivate us. So a lot of the time, once you get past that point, it's so much easier to be consistent because you have the results. Those results they're self-motivating you to keep on going. Like, results can act as a reminder of you've been putting in the work. You're giving yourself a pat on the back when you have the results, but being consistent isn't focused on the results. The results are a byproduct of being consistent. So it's like you are still working. Now that you have the results, let's say you're building up your physique, you're training some calisthenics. I train calisthenics, so this is like a good example for me. Let's say I'm doing pull-ups. I'm doing press-ups, I'm doing ab holds, I'm doing everything. I'm working my whole body, okay? And it's only after 6 months I start to see results. I start to see my muscles become a bit more lean and shaped and more toned. In the build-up of those 6 months though, my mood fluctuating. Let's say I'm waking up early and I'm working out and I'm not seeing the results I want to see. I'm still going gym. I'm still going to train. That's what being consistent is about. Consistency is like a branch of self-discipline. When you think about someone that's disciplined, they're consistent. They're consistently turning up. They consistently have those good habits. Like, successful people simply have successful habits. I'm sure there's a philosopher or someone that says that. But successful people are simply those that have successful habits. And a lot of the times, it's by being consistent, by showing up daily, despite how you feel, that's when you just start to move. That's when you start to compound the results. Okay? So, again, a lot of people give up before they experience the results because they're impatient. But one thing we need to understand is that results are a byproduct of being consistent. Because if you consistently do something, if you consistently invest that time in doing something, if you're consistently doing pull-ups and press-ups over the course of months, years, how can you not build a physique? How can you not build an anime, Goku, like blue? Pardon me. Okay? How can you not if you don't quit? If you don't quit, failure isn't an option. Failure is all about learning at the end of the day. Failure is not an option. If I told you, if you keep doing this, you're going to get better at it. When I first started doing pull-ups, I could do 3 pull-ups maybe. I'm not even keeping my legs straight, I was kipping a bit. But I kept doing them, I was consistent. I kept turning up. And with time, I improved. So we start here, and then we go. I started to improve. And you might even experience a plateau phase. That might now impact your emotions, but the consistent person, they keep turning up. They're still doing the repetitions, they're still putting in the work. That's what it's about. Getting those reps in, because that becomes muscle memory. The more you invest time into something like pull-ups, you're going to get better at pull-ups. If you give yourself a time scale, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, however long it is, you are going to improve. But you have to go through the phase where you're not going to be that good. And that's the hardest bit. That's why a lot of people quit and give up, is because they don't have what they vision in their mind. Okay? By turning up, you're going to get better. You're going to get over that phase where you're not that good. And once you get better and you start to see the results, those results can self-motivate you to be like, yo, I need to keep going. That's what consistency is about. You keep going regardless of how you feel. You keep going because it's a habit. Me exercising is a habit. Me reading books is a habit. Me eating healthy foods is a habit. Okay? Being purpose-driven, man. The self-disciplined person is purpose-driven. Purpose kills pleasure. Purpose over everything. Purpose exceeds everything. By having purpose, you're going to be consistent because you're consistently working on your purpose, whatever that is. Consistency is about small actions daily. Having those small actions every single day, before you know it, you are going to achieve your goal. but you should always stay consistent. Keep going, keep working. The results, as I said, they're a byproduct of being consistent. Now that you have the results, what you're gonna do, just stop. So now that I have a physique like Goku, I'm gonna stop doing pull-ups now? No. I stay disciplined. It's the foundation. Being consistent helps you build your foundation. Now that you have the results, you have to keep going. Can't just stop doing pull-ups now. I've got to keep going. Just know that you can be consistent in bad habits just as you can be consistent in good habits. But the thing about habits is that you can replace a bad habit for a good habit. And yeah, this is just a video on being consistent. Just know that you need to show up for you and do it for you. Alright? So Listy Jordan, see you all in the next mindset video. Peace.